When I started this channel a few months ago, I did not even start the channel. I was not starting it for people. I was doing it for myself. Really, I was doing it for myself because it was a place where I wanted it was like a journal, like a voice journal for me. It was a kind of a way of relieving my energy and something that I felt I needed to do in order for me to move on in my journey. And because although I am a spiritual teacher and I have these downloads and revelations that I have had for as long as I could remember, even not about twin flames, just about spirituality. That is a part of me I really shied away. I did not want to become that. I did not accept it. And that is a part of me that for reasons or for beliefs in my mind, I did not want to be that, to be a spiritual teacher, to be a person who is talking about spirituality. That is one thing that I have ran away from. So when you have that thing in you, it is like a call. You are always put in situations where you are being forced to really accept it. And that is what I believe the twin flame journey have been for me. It have been about accepting that spiritual aspect or part of me that I really denied or shied away from, and being in a twin flame journey. It is one of the most controversial things that have happened to me, personally. If it had not happened for me as a person, I think I would have never believed that there is such a thing. So it have really changed my perspective of how I see God, how I see love, and especially my stand on religion. It have really shifted me at a very deeper way that I don't think anything else could have. Maybe there is something else, but to my own knowing, I don't think there is something else that could have made me understand or know God in such a way that now I know. And it have opened me up, and it have brought me to a place of surrendering to to the will of divine, will of source, will of God in my life. And even the more that, even sometimes I think I have surrendered just to come to a place where I see even I have not surrendered. There is even a deeper, there is in, there is depth in depth. I think there is no end. There is no end to ascension or to growing spiritually or to knowing God. There is no end. You cannot put an end to it. You cannot put an end to it, and that is mind. And especially understanding that we as souls, we are not mind. And especially I want to talk to you as a twin flame, because if you have come to that knowing that you are a twin flame, no matter what people will say, you cannot, people will want to deny that they have been able to overcome the twin flame energy, and they are no longer like resonating with the doctrine of twin flames. But if they had resonated with it, like it cannot be uprooted. If you have, because it is like if you have recognized that you are a twin flame, you have seen what everybody, of course, has a twin flame, and is a twin flame, everybody. But if you have in this planet, if you have come across your twin flame and you have recognized them, there is that soul recognition. You cannot rub it, because it is not mind, it is soul. You cannot rub it from soul. As long as you are living, the soul will still know. So you can say whatever you want to say, but the experience, you will not delete it. You cannot rewind it. So if you are in a twin flame journey, and if you have found yourself, let me just call it a journey. It is not really a journey, but it is just an experience. And if you have found yourself in that place, know that you are just, I want to say this over and over again. It is a spiritual awakening. It is not about the person, the physical person. It is about you now knowing that there is more depth. Like you are being called, you are being invited to go deeper into your spirituality or into your ascension. You are being told that there is another level you can go. And I have said it is not a level of mind, because you have to start understanding there is a dimension of mind and there is another dimension. No, you are crossing over to the other side, where you are not operating in mind, at least for most of your time. Like you are shifting, you are changing gears. You are shifting to another space, not because of not being controlled by mind, but you are the one who is observing the mind, because that is what you are. You are the owner of your mind. Like the mind does not own you. Like knowing that you are coming out of that clutter of mind, that noise of mind, you will start recognizing it. But to recognize it, you cannot recognize it if you are not silent. Silence will help you start to see or to recognize when the mind is talking. And the mind is talking 24/7. It is not keeping quiet. And you are not going to stop the mind. You are just going to observe it. And you are it is like, look, it is like this. Just an example that came into my mind. Let me just use the word mind again, because you'll get it. It is like when, like for example, if I tell you, feel your breath or listen to your breath or whatever, you will start, you yourself, you'll start to see how you are breathing. You'll start to feel how you are breathing. It is the same way. You can start to see how you are thinking. When I tell you like to feel your breath, who is that? Who is feeling that breath? The thinking, you can also do that. You can also start seeing your thinking. Like, be still. It is only when you are still, you'll start to know the thoughts that are there. It is, and the thoughts are always there. Like even when you think like you are meditating, if you go deeper, you could still see that you are, the other thoughts that are coming round. But the more you do it, the more like you take territory. like soul take territory. So that is what you are aiming for. So the more you do it, the more you will come into that place of soul. And that energy, that energy, it is where now the twin flame connection exists. That is where it is, because it is not a mind thing. It is in that soul energy. It is in that soul energy. And let me tell you, that when you do that, you'll start to realize that whatever you are calling that twin flame or that soulmate or whatever word you are using for that connection, whatever, because those are just words, that you have it because it is one energy. Everything is one energy. So when you are quiet and when you are silent, you realize that it is the mind who is thinking that the twin flame is outside. It is outside. But when you are in silence, you'll start to know that you are that energy. That energy that you are thinking, it is outside, it is still in you, it is that one. You are one. You cannot be another. You are everything. So if you are saying that your twin flame is, I have asked that again and again, if you are saying that your twin flame is outside of you, unless you are meaning that there is another, in creation, it is only one energy, it is only one source that have split itself. I have said it is like the sun and the rays. So you cannot say that there is sun and there are rays and they are different rays. Of course they are different, but maybe the way they are shining or I don't know. But it is only one source. So if that one source is sun, it is sun. That is the only raw material there. You as a soul, it is only one source. That one source, it is also your twin flame. So there is no other twin. Your twin flame is you. You are your twin flame. And in fact, you are not only your twin flame. You are also your neighbor. You are also your friend. You are also your parents. Because you are also your children. You are also everybody. You are also me. Because that is the same energy. It is the same raw material. So when you are silent, you will tap to that raw material energy. That same energy in every one of us. And that energy is your twin flame. And anytime your mind tells you that you need the physical of your twin flame, you just have to remind yourself, remind that mind again, just use that mind again to remember that. Do you hear? To remember. You have to remember that you are that. So there cannot be another. It is just an illusion. It is a total illusion. If you fall asleep, you'll think you are not. So you have to comfort yourself in that. That is one thing that can really give you comfort. Twin flame journey, it is not a journey of weak people. It is not a journey of weak people who are giving up. It is not that. Twin flame journey is a journey of people who will believe in themselves, who will believe in their power, who will believe in their true identity, their God identity. Do you hear? Their God identity. That is what you have to know. You have to tap to that truth of God identity, that you are a God in everything and in anyone and in everyone, and especially in your twin flame, because your twin flame is the closest and It's the same energy as you. It's the closest energy of you. They are the other side of the coin of you. I don't know if I have to add something on top of that. I don't know if I have to add something on top of that. But this journey is not really for the weak. And the more, if you are not doing the work, you will just rotate and rotate and rotate on one spot. Being present will help you a lot, a lot, a lot. Enjoying the present moment. Thinking thoughts that are aligned to your God identity. Thinking those thoughts that are aligned to your God identity. And because in that state of God identity, you'll also find yourself, you are aligned, that mind now, because you are not now the servant of your mind, the mind is now your servant. You will find that there is a thought system that is aligned to that. And for a long time, I had to, because I don't know if the way I see it, like if you are called to help others, there are some experiences you have to go through those experiences on your own so that you have that experience and so that you have that understanding. And for me, for a long time, I had to know, to reconcile like conscious manifesting and, the twin flame journey, because of course I knew they were connected in one way or another. And what came to my understanding is that, when you are in that when you are in that energy of soul, if you're operating from that, if you train yourself, or if you discipline yourself to stay more much more and more present as you can, you don't have to be 100%, because of course, as you have known and as you have seen, it is not as easy. But I don't want to create like a limiting belief that it is not easy to be present. But of course you need discipline at first. That state, when you are always at that state, there is a thought system that will start being aligned to that state. But you are doing it consciously. It is just, that's it. So the conscious manifestation will be like the most easiest thing, because when you are coming from a place of being present, or from a place of soul, from your true God identity, it is much, much easier. It is much, much easier. In fact, it is much, much easier. So conscious manifesting, that's why in some of the videos I have said, one of the things or you have to learn, it is that the very first manifestation you are doing, it is of that of your twin flame. All these things are connected, but everyone's journey is different. But as you go, you yourself, you are seeing that they are all connected. But just for somebody who is asking that question, when you are in soul, and when you are being the observer of your thoughts, conscious manifesting is easier. It is much easier because there is a thought pattern that you will start to see it is aligned to your God identity. There is that thought system. And okay, take care and see you in the next videos.